Hey skaters, I'm Sonic here at the Kinetic Expression Skate Shop in Queens, New York City, where we love to stock FR skates. So today we're going to talk about some of the most popular offerings from FR brand, and that is their FR series. That includes the FRX, which you got over here, FR3, FR2, FR1. And we get a lot of questions about what's the differences between all of these, so we're going to break those down for you. Now, if you take a look at these skates, they might look pretty similar, and actually they are very similar in some ways and very different in others. But in a nutshell, the FRX is the lowest end model, but by lowest end, I mean they're pretty solid skates because everything from FR brand is a really good quality skate because the brand was founded by skaters who wanted to expand what they could do on skates and decided the only way to do that was to make better skates. So the FRX is the most budget-friendly model, and then it goes up from there to the FR3, FR2, and then the FR1 being the most impressive, capable model in that lineup. So if you're looking for a quick thing, you're on a budget, go for the FRX, you'll be happy. You want a few more bells and whistles, a little bit more performance, you can bump your way to the FR1. Now, let's go into the details of each of these. Let's start with the similarities. So all of these boots have a plastic hard shell on there, and they have a liner that can be totally removed. In terms of other similarities, it's the same shell across all the products with minor differences in the cuff that we'll get into, but this liner is the same. The main liner piece is the same across all the models. Other similarities, they all feature a 165 mounting system, albeit there's slight differences in the mounts between the models, but they all meet the 165 standard, which means you can attach different frames to them. So if you want a 4x80 configuration, that's one of the most popular configurations, that'll work on there. And then the other option is that you can get a 3x110 configuration. So that's another very popular configuration. And then if you've got something else in mind, if you're going to go kind of crazy and go for the big boys like a 3x125 configuration, that's an option for you too. The 165 mounting configuration or mounting standard is standard across different brands, so you can even attach frames from other brands onto your skates, including speed frames or other options. Another thing to note with these skates is that all of these parts are actually replaceable. So if you somehow manage to lose a cuff bolt, rip a strap, break a buckle, everything is screwed in there, can be just taken off. You can slap a new one on there. All of this comes off, all of the laces can be replaced, the liner can be replaced, the insole can be replaced. So you can literally just unscrew all of this stuff and slap on a new one, or if you want to, say, upgrade a part down the line, that's always an option as well. One question that comes up frequently is whether to go with a 4-wheel skate or a 3-wheel skate. And if you're new to skating or getting back into it, the 4-wheel option is usually a better choice. It offers a good deal more stability because it's lower to the ground. 4 points of contact on the ground give you a really good road feel. And it's just much easier to develop your skating and improve your quality of skating and your technique on a smaller wheel setup. For those, even if they're advanced, they might consider a 4-wheel setup if they're looking to do slalom skating or if they're looking to do more like trick-oriented skating, depending on the kind of tricks. For a 3-wheel setup, these are good if you want to carry a lot of speed. So if you're looking to cover some more distance, go fast, that's a good option. These are much harder to slow down on because they really just want to go, go, go. And the other thing to consider with a 3-wheel skate is that they might be a little more difficult to maneuver, though they do offer a very nice short wheelbase. And that's actually comparable or even smaller to that of a 4-wheel skate if we're matching the middle of the wheel, the first wheel to the middle of the last wheel. One other thing is brakes. So all the skates can have a brake added on. So for the 4-wheel configuration, you can just slap on one of these brakes, slides onto the skate, super cool. Just goes right onto there. And same deal for the 3-wheel skate, depending on you got 110 or 125. So there are options to slap on a brake, especially if you don't quite have all the technique developed or other stopping methods developed, or if you just don't want to, say, wear down your wheels with a T-stop. So you got a few options there. Next up, we're going to look at the FRX model. This is the base level model, but there's nothing basic about this skate. This being from FR brand, the founders created skates because they found skates weren't letting them do what they wanted to do. So they wanted to create a better skate. So we've got a really high quality product here, even at the base level. So the FRX is the most affordable option. It is also a solid skate because, again, like the higher level options, it comes with that same liner. So it's actually a super great value, you know, with the shell and everything, and you got a high performance skate. For the FRX specifically, what sets it apart would be you've got a Velcro power strap here. You've got a plastic buckle there. Cool thing there, it snaps into place and locks in. So I'll show you that. Clicks right into place, which is super cool. The frames on the FRX, they're made of casted aluminum. So that means they melt down the aluminum into the mold. And then you got a frame there. So it's a solid hunk of metal. So good for a lot of kinds of skating. And that's for the 4x80 option as well as the 3x110 option that's here. So casted aluminum frames. The other thing that sets the FRX that's different from the other models is you got basically single mounting holes here, and it mounts with these bolts, works with your standard 4mm key. So super simple, stripped down model. You still got the slide pad, you still lace them up, you still got nice ratchet buckle and good hard shell. So super great skate for all your needs. Some other features of the FRX, it features Street King wheels, which are the base level wheels from FR brand, as well as MW7 bearings from Twin Cam. MW just means it's just the bearings on specification, but their bearings aren't set up for street skating, so they're designed to take a lot of gunk and mess, and they'll handle pretty well under all sorts of those conditions. One other thing, for the three-wheel version, you've also got Street King wheels, pretty decent wheels, but again, the base level configuration. And of course, you see we got multiple color options. One other thing about the frame on the FRX, this is called the X2R frame, and it features some special bolts here, so you'll notice these are different here, and this is a rockerable frame. So what that means is, right now the frame, it's configured in a flat option, so that means all four wheels touching the ground. It can be configured to have the first wheel and the last wheel shifted up to give it a rockered feel, and that is really good for like slalom skating. That's with the little cones on the ground, and it gives you a more squirrely option. And that can be done by just simply turning this bolt upside down. So just unscrew that, loosen it up. I'm gonna do this on my table here. And turn it upside down, so now the logo is upside down, and just like that, the wheel has been shifted up. So if I roll it on this table, it's no longer touching on there, and that can be done for the first and last wheel. So super cool option if you want to ride street. You can just keep it on a flat configuration. Then when you're ready to do some slalom, you just turn the axles with a tool, don't even have to take out the wheels or anything, and you're ready to do some slalom. Super neat. One other model I'd like to show you is the FR2 model. This is a women's version of the skate, and while the skates are unisex, they added a few touches to this model which might be more appreciated by women, and other than maybe the pink wheels, I'm not so sure about those, but apparently that is a requested item. So this skate is nearly identical to the FRX, same mounting system or mounting configuration, same frame, same quality wheels, same everything else. The only difference is the liner, or this liner here, it's slightly narrower to accommodate a narrow foot, and there's a V cut on the back over here to accommodate a better fit for women's calves. A couple other differences, they've got a little bit of more of a design here. It's a thinner strap across the ankle, and it comes with a brake pre-installed. So that's pretty similar, but again, most of the skates are unisex, but they added a few touches to give women another option. Up next, we have the FR3 model. So bumping up a bit, we have a few differences. This is very similar to the FRX. So we got the same liner. We actually have the same insole. I forgot to mention there's insoles in the bottom of these. Same strap at the top with the plastic buckle. But the big differences here is at the bottom of the skate, you got these metal plates, 7 holes, and you get a little better energy transfer from there, and it's just, you got a solid base to your whole skate. So you can choose different configuration options for how you might want to mount your frame. And also it's just a stronger base for your skate. The double-edged sword there is they use thicker bolts. So here's the bolt that's used going into the frame. Here's one for the FRX. So you can see the difference in there. And which is great because you got a stronger attachment to the frame, but the only trade-off is you do need a different tool. These always come with the skate. This is known as the dreaded SEBA tool, just because you need a special tool that's not standard across other models. But it means you got a better fit onto there and a stronger fit for your skates. Other differences, you've got a better strap over here. Instead of the Velcro for the power strap, you've got a nice single strap ratcheting thing, and this is the same thing used on many speed skates. So it's a nice upgrade. In terms of wheels, bearings, frames, it's exactly the same as the FRX. So for 3-hole configuration, same casted aluminum frame, Street King wheels, MW7 bearings, regardless of the 4x80 or 3x110 option. Up next is the FR2 model. This one's the most recently released, and it features a few upgrades. So first thing you'll notice is there's a nice strap over here, and it's a nice wider strap, and it features actually a really cool buckle, giant buckle here with an FR logo in there. But the cool thing is it's big, it's burly, and you could just ratchet that in there easily. If you want to remove it, just press the big button, super easy to use. It's a new strap, so they're still experimenting with it, but I think it's a really good idea, and I wouldn't be surprised if you'd see it in some of the other models going forward. Other differences with the FR2 is it features this thing called the button cuff, and this is a really neat feature here that you can adjust the cuff position, so you can adjust it to be higher or lower on either side, and you can adjust it to be more forward or back. What this could do is you could adjust it higher to get a little more support, or you can adjust it lower to have a little more like freedom, but you could also adjust it higher on one side, lower on the other to cant the whole cuff, which is helpful for pronation, supination, that sort of stuff. So super neat in that option, and you could just use your standard 4mm tool, put that in there, turn it out, remove it, remove this piece, and just shift it in different positions. So I'll show you how it looks like. So just take out the screw. Be careful, there's a few pieces of plastic in here you don't want to lose. They're in there to make things easier to spin and to keep parts from coming loose. So once you take out these couple little plastic pieces, don't lose those. You can take out this guy, and you can see that it can be positioned in different places. So turn it this way, it'll shift the whole cuff back. Turn it this way, it'll shift the whole cuff up to accommodate that. Like the FR3, you still get that big metal plate at the bottom, so that's super neat. And the big upgrade here with this setup is what's underneath the skate. So here you got extruded aluminum frames. That means the aluminum was cut out of a single block of metal, makes it stronger, a little higher performance, less bend on that compared to the casted aluminum frames. Some other improvements, it's you get these new downtown wheels from FR, which they're actually really nice feel and quality to them, and they're actually they cost a little less than the top level wheels, but they offer really good performance, a really good bang for your buck wheel. That's an option you get here. Like the FRX and the FR3, you get the same MW7 bearings, which are great for the streets. So those are your main differences with the FR2 model for the 4x80 version. For the 3x110 option, you've got also an extruded aluminum frame, and it's set wider. So this frame is 246 millimeters long. That's measured from the middle of this to the middle of this. The FRX and FR3, the frame is shorter, 232 millimeters. So we'll just show you what that looks like. For comparison, you can see I'm going to line up the bottom wheel center to center, and you can see the FR2, the frame comes out a little longer. That longer frame is nice for more stability for longer rides. So if you're looking to do a little more distance, that longer frame is actually a pretty nice configuration. All right, our last model that we're going to show today is the FR1. This is the cream of the crop of the series. This is the top one, and we're going to show you what's different about this one. So first, what's same is same hard shell, same liner, but you get a few enhancements. So like the FR3, you get this ratchet buckle, super neat. Like the FR2, you get the button cuff. So that's great. A couple other differences coming into this is you get a nicer frame. So this one's also extruded aluminum frame. This is the 4D frame, and the three-wheel version has the 3D frame. So let's talk about that. These frames are a little stronger than the FR2. Now keep in mind that the guys at FR, they're testing these things jumping like, say, 2 meters. So that's 6 feet and doing multiple jumps at that. So their skates are built to last that. I don't know about their skaters' knees, but the skates itself, they will withstand all sorts of abuse and use and fun and adventure. So this is your cream of the crop for that sort of stuff. So great solid frame, a little bit of stronger than the FR2 frame, but again, extruded aluminum, so both of them are super strong. You got Street Invader wheels, which are FR's best offerings of wheels. So that's really cool. You got a metal buckle up top here. So that's an upgrade from all the other models. A couple other things I want to show is you've got, let's see here. We're gonna pull this thing out. While the liner is the same, you've got an improvement inside here. Just gonna yank this out. So on the liner, you've got this little shock absorber pad. So doing big jumps and stuff, it's actually Velcroed on. Super neat, very useful, and a nice enhancement, makes the skate a little more comfortable. One last difference with the FR1 is that it does come with a premium insole. So we're talking about this guy inside here. So you get an insole that's a little better, a little nicer to use, a little more comfortable. So that'll add to your overall experience. For the three-wheel version and the four-wheel version, the FR1 is the only one that comes with MW9 bearings. That's FR's top-level urban bearing. It's made to withstand crazy amounts of forces. So we're talking 100 jumps of 2 meters or 6 feet. So that's some pretty strong stuff. The three-wheel version comes with the FR speed wheels. Good performance out of those, and the top out of anything from FR's offerings. So the other main difference is that you've got a shorter frame here. This is 230 millimeters, so compare that to the FR2 is where they have a 246. I'll pull that up for us. So shorter frame, so a little more maneuverable, a little more fun, a little more adventure-y, street-oriented, but still lots of speed and performance. So there's your differences between the models. Obviously, we got lots of color options depending on the model. As with the FR3 and the FR2, you've got the 7-hole energy mount, which is a solid base that you're going to get on any skate. Thanks for watching, skaters. So this is the FR series of skates from FR brand. They offer other skates that are priced higher and have a different performance and for different performances. So for example, we got the SL skate here. This is actually my personal skate, which is their top of the line model. This is oriented more for super urban or slalom. Difference is there, it's an integrated liner. So there are some other kinds of offerings, including the Igor model, another carbon skate, and the Spin model, which is a more affordable carbon skate. All of those are priced above the FR series. So if you're looking for a good skate, anything you'll get from this FR series is a good skate, no question. Even the base level FRX, you will not be disappointed with what you get. So really awesome performance out of these skates, and I'm really happy to be using them. Thanks for watching, skaters.